Warm greetings and welcome to today's edition of the Nigerian Leadership Series of the African Leadership Group. My name is Itwa Igodalo, and I'm truly pleased to be here today with a very special person. Dr. Akin Fapohunda is from Elisha. Maybe that's why I like him, because my late wife was from Elisha, and they eat a lot of pounded yam in Elisha. So you're most welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
To this program. He passed out of Elisha Grammar School in 1969, and then got a BSc in University of Ibadan in 1975. I'm also an Ibadan boy, so I can relate with that very well. And a PhD in 1986. So I'm sure we're running up and down University of Ibadan, Independence Hall, Nnamdi Azikiwe Hall, and all manners of places like that around the same time. He joined the Federal Public Service, worked in a variety of institutions, the Federal Ministry of Agriculture in 1976 to 1988, NALDA 1992 to 1999, and was at the presidency, the director of the Space Science Offices, and he retired from there in the year 2000. He is the executive director of Aflon Digital Academy, Kuji, Abuja, a professional fellow of the Nigerian Computer Society, and a member of the Computer Professionals Registration Council of Nigeria. He is of the House of Afenifere, the foremost organization of the Yorubas, and a member of the Voice of Reason and Oduduwa Society. Also, he was in the Eminent Elders Forum, an organization with members retired from a variety of positions and drawn from across Nigeria. He has been an articulate voice in favor of the quest to restructure Nigeria politically and economically. He is the secretary to the steering committee of the Eminent Elders Forum. Dr. Fapohunda, you are most welcome in Jesus' name.
Thank you very much, sir. It's a privilege, it's an honor to be on this platform. I'm a member of ALG since inception. I'm one of the committees, but we have to just scale up what we are doing. So I've always been part of this body all along.
Thank you so much. And thank you for your commitment to ALG, for your love for Nigeria. And of course, we will be leaning on you for ideas and support as to how we can make it much better. We're talking today on the state of our nation. And I know that you do have a slide presentation for us that we're going to look at. But before we go into that, I just want to ask one or two questions. You've been a member of the Afenifere, okay, and so on and so forth. What is the situation with Afenifere? What is the background of Afenifere? What is Afenifere doing now? And I know that at a time, there was a bit of a split in leadership between Chief Adebanjo and our Baba in Owo, and so on and so forth. I don't know how that has been resolved, if it has been resolved. Both of them are non-Nigerians now. I know Adebanjo hasn't been too strong, and so on and so forth. What exactly is going on with Afenifere, and what's Afenifere trying to achieve at this point in time? Thank you.
Afenifere is an idea, it's a concept, it's a goal for all progressive persons. Afenifere is beyond the last 1 year or two. Truthfully, there's a disagreement when the time of Tinubu to president or not to come, but that has passed. For now, de facto president of Nigeria is Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu, regardless of whatever faction they have been. When you're both taking some anyway, we are united now that Tinubu is on the throne. The two Babas are symbolic, and they've served their time. They've served Yoruba race. And we people are a bit younger. We have ideological commitment to the Awolowo family, which is do good for yourself, who is good for all others in the society. That policy, that ideology has not changed. So personalities have moved on. We believe in that credo, and Afenifere remains like that. Absolutely.
Okay, so who is leading Afenifere now? Who is in the leading seat? And what is the philosophical direction of Afenifere? And what position are you taking in our Nigerian situation right now?
Speaking for myself, I happen to be, we're actually 11 in the executive of Afenifere that Chief Fasonoti handed over to Adebanjo. Out of the 11 of us who are in the executive, 2 of us decided to go back to Chief Fasonoti. I'm not one of those 2. The 9 of us are still intact, committed to the ideology of the original Afenifere Awolowo House of Leadership. People like to use names. Have you heard Chief Fasonoti say anything in the last 1 year? Have you heard it? No. So we are in the background. As I'm saying to this audience now, we, the second tier of Afenifere, we are focused. The Babas have paid their dues, and they are not even strong enough to ideologically support the flag of Afenifere. I'm one of the junior members of the group now. Afenifere, nobody can hold Afenifere as individually. It's an ideology. So I belong to Afenifere school, and all I've been saying now, all I've said in the last 1 year, is what Afenifere believes in. It's not personalized at all. I have the full support of my leaders in Afenifere in other factions. Factionation come because if a Yoruba party, there'll be factions in. You cannot 100% in one direction, but the goal remains the same. The goal remains the same, absolutely.
Okay, so is Chief Adebanjo still the head and leader of Afenifere, or what is the situation now?
He remains a leader. It's not too strong. I mean, you cannot expect much from somebody who is 96 going to 97. But I know many of us, few of us who are joking for one thing or the other to be appointed in the Tinubu cabinet, whatever. People always play for that. But many of us who are ideologically steadfast, we are not interested in position, in appointments. We are not lobbying the president to give us anything. We just want him to do the right thing. If he is truly from the house of Awolowo, Awolowo believes that Nigeria is a geographical expression. Every part of Nigeria should be allowed self-determination to be free, but in the basket of many colors, let everybody try. So we are carrying on with that. I would like to say that we are not emphasizing, the Babas have really paid their dues, in all honesty. We should let them rest, and they are resting. We are praying for good time. Even 2 of them, they always say they're on the battle launch, they have got their boarding pass, they're ready to go. So we who are inheritors of their own activism over the years, we are focusing on how Nigeria will now change in the next couple of months, in the next year. That's the focus.
All right. Let us go into our pre-prepared topic for today, the state of the nation. I am told that you have some slides. Maybe I should hand over to you and you can let us they can share your slides and then we can take it.
Actually, yeah, that's true. That's true. I prepared these documents and another one. It is for members to have access to these documents. It's not, I don't want this meeting to be just one-off. In this society, we are used to talking and talking and talking, and we don't act. We don't own into what we are supposed to do. Our politicians are left alone to do what they like. Okay, this one on the screen is for published recently, and I want us to take it that Nigeria needs to be restructured into regions. The political class, they don't know what they are doing. I must say with respect. But when I see a little opening now, then I'm seizing on it using this platform. Legally now, spiritually, Nigeria is now 6 regions. We have been talking about it, but from the National Assembly, they formally legitimized that we have 6 regions now, and they form commissions on that basis. As usual, Middle Belt is marginalized. Their own will come. So there will be 6 regions. Now they voted money in 2025 budget. That gives effect that each region will be organized in a compact manner, and they will be integrated to run the affairs of their territory because they are different. Western Nigeria is different from northeastern Nigeria, totally different. The south-south is different from the south, from the northwest. So it's heartwarming to me, though I'm holding on to straw now. I'm holding on to straw. You know, it's like we are drowning, we are trying to survive. I take this very seriously that whether they know it or not, the political class have now realized that Nigeria is 6 regions. So I now wrote this document to highlight this fact and to endorse it as the mere first step towards establishing regions in Nigeria. And the other document, they already made it to be the way things have been. They vote money now, 400 billion, 700 billion. But we don't learn from experience. Niger Delta Commission was formed, but it's an avenue for corruption. I put a picture, if you scroll down, the picture of the former MD of that place crying and fainted. He fainted because he knew they have stolen so much money. It is because board members of this commission are appointed as politicians who have lost elections. They go to the boards to steal money. That's not the truth of the matter. Can we now, using this platform, all members who are here, to demand now that we should not use NDDC template of appointing board members and politicians? Can we now make the governors in each of the regions to be the board members of each of these commissions? They're already elected. They don't need city allowance again. Let them run these commissions in their territory. Let it just be a small office in the office of the Secretary of Government in the states. Let's not have offices again. Let's not have bureaucracy again. And let them plan these commissions for development. It's not just for the boys. So this document, when it's circulated under your auspices, I'm requesting for you to circulate to all members in beyond this meeting. I want people to study these documents and let everybody see the merit in what I'm saying. We want the National Assembly now to amend the acts, not to appoint politicians to be board members. I mean, people have failed elections. Let's use the governors, let's say in Western region now, the 6 governors should be on the board. They should be on the board. It's their duty. They have a stake in whatever is going to happen to the money that are going to be voted for Western region. Let Southeast do the same. Let Northeast do the same. And so on like that. So this commission now is an economic division of Nigeria into regions. It's economic, which is heartwarming. Political division will now follow. But I wish you can use this template now to promote development. And if you go to the other section of the document, I already proposed the kind of projects that should be implemented. Should not be a contract to do fencing, contract to do borehole. No, you are too fast. Go up. A little up. Yeah. NDDC in Niger Delta was to be giving borehole, to be doing little kitchen, to be doing secondary school, to be doing something. No. We should go into regional projects. Supposing we have rail line from Ekare to Badagry, that should be a project for the Southwest Commission. Supposing we are laying fiber optics networks in the whole 6 states for internet connectivity. Supposing we are set up industrial parks where you can just go in and start up your own industry. Supposing we have medical centers, just 2 or 3, that will go back to the era of UCH of old. Supposing we have research institutes, we need the Power Research Institute. I'm using Western region as a point of contact. Other zones can do the same. So the character of project implemented under this commission now will benefit everybody, not just borehole, not just classroom, not just fence, not just a little something. So I've defined what should be done. We should set up a solar panel manufacture factory. We cannot be importing solar panels again. If we employ people to start making batteries and solar panels, because we have big money now. So we are trying to harmonize the 6 states to do big projects. That's what the document is about. And then towards the end of this document, we want the government federal government to keep this money, give it as a matching grant. No contracts at all. It should be public-private partnership between federal, the regional government, and the private sector. There is no for contract awards at all. The document ends with an answer report, which the president has committed to implementing. Now, look, we have seen what Donald Trump has done in America. American presidency is so powerful. In Nigeria, it should not be just to buy a jet, to buy a car, no. With executive orders, the president can transfer all the unity schools to the commissions in the respective areas. And the budget that goes, Federal Ministry of Education budget should just be divided up into 6. And let the commissions in the region manage all the schools in their territory. Luckily, every state in Nigeria have at least 2 federal unity schools. So you can disband Federal Ministry of Education straight away in Abuja. Give it to the regions, to the commissions to manage. Then give all the money. The budget for federal education now divided into 6. And let the regions and the commissions handle the unity schools and colleges. Don't come to Abuja to come and take eraser. Come to come and take a size book for unity school. It's a waste. Even universities now, there are each one in every state. Transfer the universities in each commission area to them to manage. Federal medical centers also. In effect, the government can use executive order now to decentralize all these functions I've just indicated now. It will take a year to do it. It sharing of staff in Abuja move to your state of origin. And Nigeria is now economically decentralized. The power, the quest to run to Abuja for politics now will be reduced, because the budget for unity schools, for education, for medicals, for roads, for prisons is now decentralized through executive order. That's it. That's it.
Who will head those? Sorry, sir. Who will head those regions?
I told you there'll be a board of the governors in each of the commissions.
Yes.
So if you say Western Regional, there'll be 6 governors. Yes. They will be the one to form policy. They will now appoint maybe a permanent secretary, and it's not contract award, it's a policy unit they will set up. In the Western Region, we already have Dawn Commission. In fact, we have Dawn Commission in Ibadan. It's a very slim organization. It's to be given modalities for project execution, not award contracts at all. If you want to build, for instance, rail line from Ikare to Badagry, it will ask for bids. Private sector put half of the money this year now on that, and ask Adenuga and Co to take part of the shares, and you build the rail line from Ikare to Badagry in 2 years. It will not be a government contract like they are fighting on Mabila Plateau now, Mabila Power for the last 10 years. Because federal government is awarding contracts. They have to go to France now to go on arbitration. Federal government should be awarded contracts. That idle power in Igembu should have been done public-private partnership. Government will only own maybe 20% shares in the project. And it will work. We have to try new things. What we have been doing over the years have not favored us. We have to change. This is a modality for change. Decentralize and let each region specialize in what it wants to do. In the Northwest, they will do cattle ranches. They will do rail to carry meat from Jigawa State to Lagos. They focus on that. They focus on that. The Northeast focus on power generation from the Mabila Plateau. You know, there are many things to think about. This is just a short paper. I could write several pages to give details of all this, what I'm talking about. But the main point is that there is federal power, presidential power to give executive order.
Have you presented this paper to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
This paper only came about this week. You know, my mind is always dynamic. I'm just thinking. This document of budget, it just came out last week from budget system now. I'm responding to my environment to see how we can, I'm seizing opportunity. But I must say that I'm very, very disappointed about the way Nigeria is run. I've delivered letter 3 times personally to the presidency in Abuja. There have been no acknowledgement for once. I wrote a letter personally to the president. I delivered it in his office. It was signed, received. Nobody, it's as if we don't exist at all. We are just like we are conquered in this country. The political class, they don't, whatever you say, what does DSS do actually? They're supposed to monitor what we are talking on this forum now and report to government. Instead, they'll be arrested for doing cybercrime. They don't monitor things they don't see the views of Nigerian people as well-meaning. They don't. It's so disappointing. I've taken my time to write the president 3 times in my personal capacity last year under Eminent Elders Forum, and then now under Western Regional Organization. Document delivered. Nobody has acknowledged, nobody has said anything. It's so disappointing, so sorely disappointing, but we cannot give up. We cannot give up. If you propose an idea publicly, shouldn't be a way to say, even in the past, they write a letter. I'm direct to acknowledge the letter you sent to us. We are studying it. We will get back to you. That's the way service was when I joined in 75, 76. But now the politicians take us as if we are conquered. They don't countenance us. You can say anything. Unless they think you abuse them, then they charge you to court. It's so bad. It's so bad. But we'll not give up. We'll not give up. We'll not give up. I will package this one again. Next week, I will deliver it to the presidency. I'll send to Senate President. I'll send to Speaker House of Reps. They will not respond to me, I know, but at least I've done my duty.
Thank you very much, Prof. But so please send us copies of this document and so on and so forth. Maybe
I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. In fact, you are the one presenting it. You are the one. It's with you.
Okay, all right. It's my guys that are presenting it in the back office.
Yes, yes. And
okay.
Another letter I wrote before this one last 2 weeks. A letter that Nigerians should please put pressure on President Tinubu. We have only 6 months for him to act, to do what I'm saying in this paper now. 2027 elections are already started this week in Abuja. Politicians are meeting to seize power. Okay, by end of this year now, they start getting from 100 million, 200 million. The whole of next year, they are going to be sharing money to people. They will not listen to anything at all. 2026 until May, June. So we have 2 years now that political something, there will be no development talk at all. Unless we put pressure for president now to take this route, I'm just suggesting now, he can act now in the next 1 or 2 months to start this process of unnecessary report to decentralize Nigeria, to take, in fact, if he does what I'm saying now, you won't need to run for presidency again, because most of the things you are coming to do have been given out to all the regions. The governors and the premiers of whatever region will be more powerful than Abuja. You won't need to spend 200 million to get formed in Abuja for presidency, because take education out, take health out, take all the roads out, take the prisons out. You are left with foreign affairs, you are left with passport, you are left with currency. Is that not restructuring? But if we continue the way we are continuing now, it will be billions you need to spend to run for 2027 elections, 26 elections. And then we have lost another 2-3 years. It will be terrible. It will be terrible. I pray not. So all of us, we need to put pressure. Sir, the document I've sent to your staff, please take ownership of it. The letter I've written to all Nigerians of goodwill, let's take it. Let's flood the people we know, senators, let them flood them with documents, with all these ideas. Let not them rest. They are used to just sharing money and buying SUV for themselves. They don't do anything more than that. They work 2 days in a week, maximum in Abuja. I'm in Abuja, yeah. They travel on Friday, then they come back on Monday morning, then they work Tuesday, Wednesday, by Thursday they're going out again. And they are paid fully. We don't know how much they are earning. We need to put pressure on them, absolutely.
Do you think they respond to that pressure? And what do we have to put pressure on them? You can't even, I don't know what the ballot boxes are saying today. In those days, you say you're angry with Biden, you vote in Trump. You're angry with Trump, you vote in Biden, and so on and so forth. I'm not sure that is even effective in Nigeria today, because I'm not sure if our electoral process is working. What's your opinion on that?
Oh, well, you know, we must keep hope alive. We must keep hope alive, but there's no sign. We have no tunnel, not to even talk of seeing rain through it. The meeting they are holding in Abuja yesterday and the day before, PDP and politics, all their bits strategize whether Atiku will be the one to catch power, or Peter will be, or whoever. None of the politicians have gone to do a meeting on midterm review of the government. They've not done a meeting to diagnose where we are as a nation. They are not responding now to Nigerians who are marooned in the US, who might be deported. Nobody's talking about anything about Nigerian welfare at all. It's all how they're going to counter power. El-Rufai is going about to go to SDP. Amechi is going about. They're fighting over secretary of PDP. This is their concern. I share your pessimism, but what are we going to do now? Something tells me there has to be some little push. It is not just force of talking that will give people They seem deaf and dumb. They seem, I'm not God. I don't know what to wake them up. I don't know. I don't know what to wake them up. I don't know. But let's keep doing I'm doing my part. Can all of us in this audience do our own part to put pressure? The noise should be heightened so that when the noise is so much, they will know it is unbearable. We have to put pressure, absolutely.
All right, thank you very much. You used to be a civil servant. Some people have posited that it's not just the politicians that are a problem, that civil servants might even be a bigger problem, because a lot of what the civil servants, what the politicians know in terms of corruption and the manipulation of budgets and graft and all that, a lot of the time it's the civil servant that teaches them. What's your opinion on this?
Oh my goodness. If you check my career very well, I joined level 8, 1976. I've never been comfortable with the civil service at all. That's why I moved from there. I moved to raw materials. I moved to NADA. I was moving because I was frustrated with the system. I stayed long because I couldn't see my way on how I would survive. But the moment I knew that I can do something for myself, I exited. I left government now 25 years ago. And I was in a rosy position, Director of Space Science. My department was in charge of the satellite to be launched in 1999. I walked away from it. I could have made so much money. My colleagues became DG of NASDAQ. He made enough money to now be Senate member. I left it. Look, in the system now, civil servants are marooned. Only 3 people in each ministry are functional. The permanent secretary, the accounting officer, the director of PRS, and the director of procurement. Those are the 3 people who do anything that all others are just onlookers. And when you are a director in Abuja, you are being paid 200, 250,000. No more accommodation for you, no more official car. You are living 50 kilometers away. They are all scavenging. That way they don't know what they are marooned. If you respect yourself, you shouldn't be in service. I respected myself. I left. I abandoned everything 25 years ago to start a secondary school, and I've survived. It wasn't easy for me, to be honest with you. Very few can be courageous to just disengage because you are afraid of the unknown, your children's school fees. I damn the consequences. We can look, civil servants are the most patriotic, but they are onlookers in the system. A minister on level 16, level 16 was talking to us, level 17 officer, he came in as appointed. In fact, my deputy, Dr. Buwai is a name. Level 16, he was made full minister over me in the Ministry of Agriculture. Now we have to say yes sir, because he's minister. So many things are going on. Somebody, you are just there to survive, to just pay your rent and your children. They have lost all sense of respect for them as an individual. When I was director, you have a little vote to even buy newspaper for yourself. Now you cannot even buy for yourself. PAMSEC is the only one that's accounting officer. I wouldn't like to be a civil servant now at all. I never wanted to since 25 years ago, and I've been proved right. If civil servants are properly, look, they are impoverished. Okay, you are working as director now with a senator. He's earning 21 million a month. You are earning 250,000. Are you not human? Don't you have blood in your veins? Is that fair? The minister will tell you, I'll fire you. In fact, my minister will say, you are playing with your job. That's what annoyed me, actually. One PAMSEC said, you are playing. I said, which job are you playing with? I will leave. So let's respect civil servants. They have no choice. They are marooned totally. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. In fact, in ministry now, you have 20 directors. Only 8 desks are available. The remaining 12, they are just no chair, nothing, no schedule in many ministries in Abuja. The civil service is blighted. I wish somebody can go into the thing. We need to have a commission of truth commission. to know the truth of what's happening in the civil service. Things are wrong.
So
I mean, Abuja.
What is the solution, sir?
If we decentralize, and then this so-called PAMSEC accounting officer, that is the one can hire and fire, and then all budget. Then let me tell the whole house today, it is the truth. Any project that the National Assembly puts in the budget, somebody owns it already from the National Assembly. If they are being fenced somewhere, the civil servants just help them write the brief and write the memo and all that. The National Assembly and their friends who are contractors over, they're the one that sit on top of the minister of the ministries under oversight function. They are the one that take everything. No project is intended to be implemented the same way. None at all. I can take it from me. The system is so destroyed that it has to be knocked down by dynamite and be rebuilt. We're just deceiving ourselves. Check this year's budget now. I can talk to you after this and show you documents on how they are putting money. They put 200 million in one place, not related at all. You know, I've sent you documents. Maybe you can circulate to your members eventually. The budget system is a sham. It's a sham. Okay, this year now, last year they implemented 100% recurrent, only 25% capital. They spent all the money on recurrent and overhead, 100%. Capital expenditure was only done up to 25%. So they now said 2025 budget, 2024 budget will extend to June 2025. We are still carrying over the budget of last year now to June this year. The money has finished under the current. No money for capital. Capital is where you execute projects to benefit the masses. No money for it. That's how it is.
Not very cheery, Prof. Doc, not cheery at all. Who will bail the cat? Do you think this government will have the courage to do most of what you have said? Or like John the Baptist said to Jesus, are you the one or do we go and look for another? Thank you so much for your frankness and for your contributions. We're going to be opening the floor for questions and answers, for questions from our participants. And I'm going to be introducing my co-host, Pastor Sonny Enebi, to take the question and answer session. I'm going to ask you one last question, and then Sonny will take over. And this issue of how did Nigeria find itself in such a place where the civil service has become what it has become? How come the political class and the political environment is so indifferent almost to the plight of the masses? How come we have ended up with this kind of political leadership? And then finally, what is the role of INEC so far? And what do we do with INEC? Thank you, sir. Sonny, you can take over from there.
Can I comment quickly?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm happy to see Owele GPO Chikelu in the audience. It's a
thoroughbred constants and regulars.
It's a thoroughbred leader in the civil service, in the public service, and maybe his views will confirm my own. Our problem started in the 60s. In the 60s, the intellectual capital of Nigeria was in charge of Nigeria, Asiodu and Co. But with the military, look, in all purpose, all military people are not schooled. With the Civil War, just go to the army, come back and become lieutenant colonel, and you are a governor. I witnessed it where they just call somebody from OAU, from UI. The following day, you get a brand new car for yourself. The military has appointed you to be commissioner. It bred the fact that intellectual pursuit became devalued. The military killed the can-do attitude of Nigerians the way we are coming up in the 60s. It's so bad when Gowon now came and used the cap of Olusegun Thomas in 1974 as a begging bowl in the UI. You don't see the VC of UI only except twice in a year, during convocation and during matriculation. We devalue the intellectual class, and we have not recovered from it. Lieutenant Colonel, all the people who led us, they are all school certs not attempted. Is it Dia? Is it Obasanjo? Is it Buhari? All of them. You can't throw away the value of education. So they valued all the academic. Have you ever had anybody who is a professor now? Bangida even tried. He brought in some professor, Olikora Somputi and all that. Do you know any foremost professor now accomplished in the current landscape of Nigeria? They have been removed totally from governance. ASU have been banned so many times. They have been demoralized. Yet this is the best of the country. People make first-class honors. It's not a joke now to have 3 A-level papers to get to university. Now, how much a professor now? 400,000 per month, a professor. After 25, 30 years of rigorous work. How much does a professor have now? They are just begging. So until we restore the intellect back into the system, I don't know, the soldiers have destroyed us totally. Gowon put on a problem, I brought Udoji. Udoji award destroyed the value of money. Too much money chasing, you have to pay for a car, 6 months, I'm not going to delivery in the 70s. That Udoji award, which was meant to keep Gowon not to leave, is the master stroke of pumping money to bribe the system without values. Somebody has to come now to say, we don't need SUVs anymore. We need to go to the of motorcycles, actually. We are too poor to be riding SUVs. The roads are not there. Somebody has to come, I don't know. You don't like military something, well, fine. Whichever alternative do we have to knock, somebody has to knock this system in the head. It's not true by talking like we are doing now. Chief Chikelu, I salute you, sir. I salute you, sir. I salute you, sir.
Dr. Akin Fapohunda, my name is Sonny. Good afternoon and nice to be here. I can see a few hands up already, and we're going to be taking comment. I'm sure you're familiar with the way the program runs on this.
No, I'm a member of ALG. I'm a member.
Yes, but I will ask 1 or 2 questions myself before I open it up. I like your passion and your drive for what you are pursuing, always thinking of better ways that we can improve. And like you said, what you are proposing is a brainwave that you just had. And you think that the president can sign some executive orders. You said the president of America was powerful. I dare say that president of Nigeria is even more powerful. America has systems that can check their president. Here, the president is in charge of the system, so he can do. But this, your executive order, let's just probe it a bit further. Won't it be unconstitutional to do all those things, and given the strong north-south divide, this is not achievable, do you think? You are just proposing it. You don't think it will ever happen, and you don't think it's achievable.
No, it's achievable. It's achievable. The commissions are federal bodies. The federal government can appoint the permanent secretary to be in charge of his commission. It's a delegation of function. It's not handover yet. I'm just delegating my power to supervise. In fact, the minister in education now can go to his own region to be the coordinator representing the president, like a liaison officer in each of the commissions. That's all.
And they will report to the governors, who will constitute the board of.
When the board meets in the federal system, if you take board of University of Ibadan, for instance, now, they are representative of federal government in the council of UI. So the fact that we have a federal person, it means it's not going to be totally 100% regional.
Yeah.
The representative of federal government in Southwest might be from Borno State. The one from the South is what I mean. There are ways to, if there's a way to do this thing, is creativity.
Is the will, sir. Don't you think it will be class suicide for these guys?
Well,
because you said if he does it, there will be no need to contest presidency in 2027.
but
Will he want to do that?
I agree with you. If president is wanting to buy Cadillac and buy jets, yes, he won't do it. But if he say, look, what is the good for the best of this country? If the president is supposed to ceremonial enjoy yourself. You're part of the country now. Must you be sitting every Wednesday to award contracts, reading to document 200 pages that you don't understand? I'm not sure General Obasanjo, with respect, understood Mambila Part 2 contract when he got into it with Agunloye. He didn't understand it. Agunloye is a real physics. You know what he's doing. You know, that's what happens when the president is up there, he doesn't know the subject matter, and he's the president and the chairman.
Okay.
You know,
anyway,
that's why they have problem with this. I'm not prejudicing the pattern. But overall, if the president makes up his mind that I'll be one-term president, what is wrong with that? Your photograph is already on the wall. Muritala was killed, but he spent only 6 months in power. You can achieve a lot, not how long, but how well. I know it's not easy to surrender the Cadillac and the jet going all about now. Okay, fine. Let's continue suffering now. I mean, that's what it means. We'll remain the slaves in our country all these years. But somebody has to be selfless now. Somebody has to think about the effect of. We need to have 6 centers of competition. Let Southwest Commission compete with Southeast Commission the way it was in the 60s. Let it be like that. So if I'm president that does that, I'll be so happy in this world. I will return to my village. Or if I ask Body Loan how to return to, does he need any villa again? To be honest with you. Body Loan is good enough, better than the villa in Abuja now. Why do you want to spend 8 years there? To do what? I don't see any reason. But I want all of us to keep talking now to say, this thing is not right. You should not mortgage our lives the way we are doing it now, just because you want to be comfortable as a president for 8-year term like Obasanjo.
All right, great. Thank you very much for that. So this document, just before I open it up, you are socializing it with us now and you want us to join so that we can all propagate it. Do you have other collaborators that worked with you on this document, or it was solely your idea and you're the only one pushing it?
If you read look, the way things are going now,
yes, sir.
I've been putting my hand in every organization.
Yes, sir.
I'm in Afenifere. Diverse of reason, about 60 of us, all Yorubas above 60 years of age. There's a new body now, Western Region Organization, comprising almost 200 of us in Nigeria and overseas. They are all, some of these ideas have tabled it to them. In any case, is the idea good? Is it an avenue to bring change? On its merits, because this body now is already.
No, the reason I ask, sir, is that for us to get across the board consensus, you must try to spread and you know how Nigeria is, except it's an idea that you don't want to work. But if you want to work, have you gone out to the southeast, to the northeast, northwest? Do you have collaborators from all these regions that are working with you, or you think you can work with to make this idea possible?
Eminent Elders Forum in Abuja, were about 400 as members.
Yes, sir.
Council is there. Notable former governors of Nigeria, they are there. Osika, what's the name of this minister for this? There are many members on that platform that we are all Nigerian. I'm secretary of the steering committee. We have brainstormed, and I even delivered the letter on restructuring ratified by the whole house to the president. We are on the same wavelength, absolutely.
Okay.
So this body, as many bodies that see merit in this, not to dictate to anybody, but the idea is mine. That's the way I operate. When I belong to an organization, I put the idea forward, and most people they see merit in it, and they carry forward. In the next 1 week or two now, many more people will sign on this idea. And the executive of Western Organization have already endorsed this document. Their logo is at the top of the document. It's not a personal Akin Fapohunda project now. Many Nigerians want change, or they want change.
Obviously, we do need change. And maybe Adenike will unmute now so that she can take her question for change.
Yes, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, Dr. Fapohunda, and good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to talk about restructuring, and I know that a lot of Nigerians may not understand what restructuring is. I know that the former governor of Lagos State, Raji Fashola, has debunked restructuring, and a reporter, Muyiwa Adetiba or something, said that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has already started restructuring with deregulating, some key departments. So what's your take? Is he, towing the path of restructuring, or what is really restructuring that your various groups, including Afenifere, are pushing for, so that people will really understand what restructuring really is? Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We cannot go against the modality of humanity. Europe fought several wars until Germany for Germans, Holland for Dutch, Sweden for Swedish, France for French people. Even in United Kingdom, there is Wales, there is Scotland. Scotland has its own Scotland pounds even. The identity of culture and language is universal. There is Korea, there is Chinese, there are Indians. We are not one nation, one nation in this Nigeria. We are one country. Okay, let's be a big basket, but I'm foremost an Ijisha person. You cannot take it from me. And we have our own small way of life in Yoruba land. And Yorubas also have a small way of doing things. But Nigeria has removed our Yorubaness from us. Anybody goes in Abuja, once you get that money from whatever, you take loan, you don't pay back. Come to Abuja, and then your problem is solved. That cannot work. You cannot steal money from Ijisha land. Money that belongs to Ijisha, you cannot do it. Even all the club Yoruba land, we have one way of doing things. So we have to differentiate. That's just the truth. I spoke to Arise News recently. We are not one in Nigeria. Don't just pretend. The worldview of a Fulani man is not the way of my own worldview at all. It's even an insult to say 140 marks out of 400 to do JAM. You are insulting my people. I had A1, be in school to get to university. But if others want to do other things, they are free to do it. But we are mixed together and we are all confused, and it's not right. So restructuring is that Nigeria belongs as many nations. The Ogonis have, in fact, they projected their own. Ogoni said, no, you will not take oil from my area. In 25 years, they didn't allow oil to be mined in Ogoni land. They stood fast. Is it not true? Ogoni to be a country. How big is Iceland? Iceland is just 230,000 members. They're a country. So if you are going to be 10 countries, what is wrong with it? How big is Gambia? How big is Sao Tome? So let's look. I'm not afraid for us to. We are neighbors. The land will not be separated. We are neighbors. Let Yoruba be. We are a nation. We are in Cuba. We are in Brazil. We are in Trinidad and Tobago. We are in Togo. We are in. Look, let us be. We are not fighting with the Igbos. They can be. Look, Lebanese are in Nigeria now, but they know their limits. They know their limits. I cannot supersede Buhari in Abuja now because this is their land. I have to respect them. I will not compete with a Buhari man in Abuja at all. Once we define rules properly, temperature will come down. But thinking you can seize power in Abuja and be awarding oil blocks, that's the problem. That's the problem.
We'll listen to Auntie Yemisi Ratton. Auntie Yemisi, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Dr. Fapohunda. The voice crying in the wilderness. This document sounds really good, and I am always very interested in those that are preferring solutions and not just complaining. So I really want to celebrate you for that. My challenge has always been, and I think Pastor Sonny mentioned it, the process of getting it to a place where it becomes real. And we're in such a quagmire, as you have said today, and we're so divided. It's really difficult to get a consensus on just about anything. So you have mentioned a few groups, which some may call the elite groups, the leaders of Afenifere, the leaders of the Northern Elders Forum, etc., etc. But what engagement have you had with those who have mass following? The Nigerian Labour Congress, who, if they truly understood and bought into the ideas in the document, and are also given opportunities to make their input, because preferring something so comprehensive as you have also must give room for those who want to tinker. Like, an example is the tax bills that we're having at the moment, where compromise has to be made. You may have to jettison some things and add some other things, so that at least you can move the needle, even if it's a little bit, because you have the vision of where you are going to land. So I just want to find out, what other mass movement organizations have you been able to consult? What kind of languages? Because you need the people to understand why this is important, and you have to be able to distill, maybe translate it into languages, and in a manner, and couch it in a manner, in visual and other ways, that people can say, "Whoa, wow, this is something." Whether I'm a literate or professor, or I'm a mechanic or whatever, this sounds good for me. And this vision also has to embrace what will happen on the ground level. If we have this is what will happen in your local government, in your village, and make it something that it has popular appeal. I'm just wanting to know whether that process has been thought through, and what other organizations are you engaging with, particularly the labor movement, because I find that they seem to be the ones that can create mayhem, whether it succeeds or not. At least they have, when we were fighting the military, they were the reason why that movement succeeded to where it did. So I just want to find your thoughts about this. And thank you so much for continuing to at least proffer solutions and not just complain about the status quo. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. This body is critical mass enough. The fact that you identified me to come and talk here is already progress. 2 weeks ago, Arise News gave me a platform. I spoke eloquently about how Nigeria is not. Last week, AIT called me. I spoke. I believe people are listening. And you put my name on YouTube. Don't look at what I say, just look at the comments under each of the time I appeared. There's massive support comments on views I'm proposing. So I already said so in this program. Pastor Igodalo is well placed. We should not just be hosting these events. We should go outside this event now and form a committee. Don't leave it for me alone. I'm not running for office. I'm 71 plus years old. I don't want any office. I'm only putting idea forward for people to take it. So you yourself now, you are my ambassador. If you like, take my name off the document. I just want the ideas to be implemented. Let us work together now. And I keep one in the last 3 months. We have the next 3 to 6 months to do anything. If you don't achieve anything, we don't get Tinubu's attention the next 3 months. President Tinubu already defined his own way. I must say that he's on the wrong course, respectfully. He told the patrons that he's interested in economics and not in politics. But politics is what will determine economics. So can we push back on that in the next 2-3 months? Can we in the pulpits of the church talk to members that, look, we are going to lose 2, 3, 4 years now. We won't do anything. One politics takes stage in the next 6 months. And it's to just throw money at the system. We won't do anything next year and year after. Nobody's talking about now how price of things are in the market. Nobody. They're just saying that the regulating and the pain will go. How can the pain go? All factories are shutting down. There are no lights. Petrol at 1,000. A loaf of bread at 2,000, 3,000. I've got temage today now. People are asking for 2,000. I will share the temage with the pastor when we finish. Somebody is begging for 2,000 to eat. He just saw my number somewhere. This is the problem now. So, my sister, all of us are in this fight. So don't leave me alone. No. If you know NSC president, I will look out for him. But any of us who knows now, let us take this idea that we need a change. Not my own kind of change, though. Whatever, we need to go on the course correction in Nigeria. We're on the wrong course, certainly. We're on the wrong course. We can't have senators earning 20 million in a month. In fact, it should be like me. I don't be a senator. I will live in my house. I don't need to pay salary at all. Money must be freed for development. But 20 million times 360 people every month. The country is bleeding every day. The country is bleeding. It's all of us, not me. All of us, not me. Please, let's join the train. Form a political group. I'm an ALG member now. So let's take ALG to a higher level now. Cardinal Sin in Philippines drove Imelda Marcos out of the palace. Desmond Tutu in South Africa was the first to rep. He was not just preaching bliss and prosperity. They are going to get a car. Abba Lutuli said, let my people go. I wish Pastor Adeboye and all of you big men can say, look, come and occupy Abuja. Say, Mr. President, we cannot have miracle this year without things being done properly. We cannot. We cannot. So we are in the fight of our life too. Maybe I'm a false alarmist. I don't know, but that's what I feel. All of us. Thank you, my sister.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. We have Mogaji Boyega Adejumo. You can unmute yourself and ask your question. Thank you, sir.
I stumbled upon the link to this Zoom so late, and I'm happy that I joined. First and foremost, I'd like to say a big thank you to my big egmon, Dr. Fapohunda. We've been together in this struggle for quite a while. And Adenike Olujembola, good to see you here, my bro. Now, straight to the point. I get a little bit disturbed when I hear that, who are you partnering with? I get a little bit disturbed because the information is out there. Dr. Fapohunda, myself, and a few others in 2017, we had the Ibadan Declaration. The Ohanese came. That was when John Nyanwodo was president. And then the Pandef, everybody came. We formed the Southern Middle Belt Forum, which has been on for like 7 years. There are many other bodies, the Eminent Elders Forum, that Dr. Fapohunda is secretary, I'm a member of the steering committee. I'm a member of the Patriots group. I'm even the chair of the Southwest Constitution Drum. There are always these groups, and we all interact. It's not about the groups. It's not about looking for partnering or partnership in all of the other zones. It's just about the will. It's about people being able to get out of this idea that, oh, I have a father somewhere, I have a mother somewhere, I'm building a house, my children are in school, and just all of that in deciding whether we want to do something or not. Is that fair? Will they come and pick me? I have a bag ready. If they come and pick me, I'll go. But I believe in what I'm doing now. We have to develop all of that. And to say to Mr. President that there are many considerations, northern interest, eastern interest, western interest. It's all about, if we want to keep a country, what options does a 70-year-old man have, like Dr. Fapohunda? How many times can he eat in a day? Which house is Dr. Fapohunda going to build again? His children are abroad. So why is it difficult for a man that is president to get up and say, let us do the right thing? Are you saying that those in power, they don't know, particularly this president who passed through Afenifere in a way, but he has all of that information. It is about the need for Nigerians to be able to help him too, if at all there is going to be consideration. I remember sometime in year 2000 or 2001, I can't remember, Professor Tunde Adeniro and a few other people, they went to President Obasanjo and said, oh, they said you want to do this, if you want to do this, they said they will kill you. What did President Obasanjo say? He said, let them come and kill me. I'm old enough. So what is it? They are trying to scare me. We know those who will try to scare Mr. President, but we need him to say, like Papa Deban just said to Abacha, I only owe you one bullet. Pick up your gun and shoot. We have to get to that level for each and every one of us here to be able to join those who are in the forefront of fighting for justice, for fairness, so that at least even our children can have a place. I wouldn't know how many of us have our children here. Well, I have 2 abroad, so I'm bold enough to say so. Will I ask them to come back to this country? Hell no. But if we want to prepare a place for them, it is not for somebody to just say, Dr. Fapohunda, go all out and whatever everybody is doing. I'm on radio, I'm on television, I say what I have to say. I'm not saying it for myself. I'm trying to bring about the idea that we can change this country if we have the will, if we are prepared to, if we are not so much in our comfort zones. I'm happy that Dr. Fapohunda mentioned somebody like Bishop Desmond Tutu. There was a bishop, well, it was a Reverend Nwakiti during the Civil War. The Nigerian army got to a place around Olu Okigwe, and all the Igbo people who were in the church, they said, we're going to kill them. The man said, kill me first before you kill them. I would never want to see one of them dead. Kill me first. They ran away. We need courage. Even particularly from the pulpit. My father was a reverend gentleman. I know what I'm saying. My brother is here. Ichu and I grew up together. We are childhood friends. Let these things be said from the pulpit. Let the people know that we can't continue like this. Let the leaders know that it's time for us to stop. We can't just continue to watch and everything is sliding down. Everybody is trying to shove Nigeria into our face. If we must live together, then there must be a semblance of egalitarianism. We must be proud. We must live in dignity. Not for some people to just decide that they want to carry a gun and want to kill somebody. What is a clash? There's no clash. I'm in my house, I'm on my farm, and somebody comes to steal my stuff, and you call it a clash? That's terrorism. The earlier we come to understand that we have very little choices left, the better, even for Mr. President. He has enjoyed everything. What else is there for him to see to? Can he even eat three square meals a day? Can I eat 3 square meals a day? Unless I want to die. So what is there to continue to chop? If we have this idea that we can salvage this nation, it is now. And for all that Dr. Fapohunda is doing, and for all that other people are doing, I would say let the rest of us support this struggle at this time and free this country from the clutches of those who are all hell-bent on serving their prebendalism, their selfish interest. And perhaps we may get it right. Otherwise, what will the next generation or the coming generation say about this particular period in time? What will they say about us? They'll probably call us what? All manners of names. If we are to write the history of what Nigeria is now, and in 50 years' time somebody is reviewing it, they will say, who are these people who lived in dark ages, in dumb ages? But are we dumb? At least we went to school. We had competition in school. If there was no competition, how will we excel? How will we be able to gain admission to the best schools? But some people are afraid of competition. And what is restructuring? Allah. I'm sorry to say this in Yoruba. Allah is restructuring. I remember in 1959, when Awolowo had set up the television station, and he called it Western Nigerian Television. Okpara went and did the same thing within 3 months in the East. And he said, this is Eastern Nigerian Television, second to none. In the evening, Awolowo and Okpara spoke and they laughed. But that is competition. So where is the competition? Everybody is carrying bowl and going to Abuja. Where is competition now? Ordinary tax bill, we are having issues. I wish the president had actually presented a real restructuring issue and send a bill to the House. Let's see whether Nigeria wants to break. And let me tell you, those who are trying to threaten us, they don't have anything to use other than blatant threats. So please, I don't want to end it here. Let us all work together on this, please, please, please. That's my plea to everyone. Thank you.
Well, no reply.
It was a sound comment. Thank you for your comment, sir. We'll take one last person, Adeleye A. If any other person wants, just put up your hands. I think we'll be rounding up at the bottom of the hour. Adeleye A, unmute yourself and make your comment or ask your question.
Yeah, thank you, everyone, and thank you so much, sir, for your presentation. Actually, I just got the link to this meeting that was posted by my big Egbon, Professor Olufumilade, and I just joined. And I was happy to see the little I saw from your presentation. And I think I posted something at the beginning. I said, this is something that I've thought of too. Actually, I said I think it's a good opportunity to set the foundation for restructuring Nigeria. The way I look at it, and I would like to know your opinion on this, sir. I actually gave it a name. I call it D-Naira. D-Naira. And that is a Directorate for National Integration and Regional Autonomy. So it will be a D dash with our Naira. And the idea that I have, which is similar to yours, is the government investing at least in each of those 6 regions, ₦1 trillion every year, which will be for regional development, with a view to making those regions viable to become autonomous. Because let's be honest, we talk about restructuring, which is great. But let's assume for some reason today, Nigeria decide, okay, let each of the 36 states that we have now, let them go on their own. How many of those states could survive? I read there was something that was put out a while ago that only Lagos State and Ogun State actually generated more internally generated revenue than they get from Abuja. And so I think this your idea, it's a very laudable one. And I believe the way it is presented and the way it is sold is going to be very important. If it's sold as a means of empowering each of the 6 regions now, and in my own case, I will even add there should be some special allocation for Lagos State and the Federal Capital Territory. Because Lagos is, and I look at those as Federal Capital Territories. Lagos was once a federal capital. It occupies a unique place in Nigeria, and Abuja is another. So I will suggest something for those. And I think I also like the idea that you brought about the governors being the board. As a matter of fact, in such a case, the governors should be the ones running each of those regions. I will even go on to suggest, like I've thought, just like you think, that those governors should rotate the headship of that commission in their region. For most, like for example, in the Western region, we have 6 states. And for 4 years of their tenure, that's 48 months. So each of them can rotate the leadership of that commission in their region for 8 months. And the project, like you said, shouldn't be to build new palaces or to build town halls. Should be for projects that will develop their regions economically. And if that could be done, I believe the way we sell it will be very important. I'll just also say lastly, if you don't mind, that the other, I think, sorry, can I just go 1 minute, please? So
yeah,
I'll say,
just 1 minute to round up, yeah.
Okay, I'll say from history, there is no dictator that freely gives the people that they are, or there is no slave owner that freely releases their slaves. It is incumbent on those people that are traded upon to demand freedom. And so maybe we should also be thinking of a people movement from the grassroots that could work on implementing some of these great ideas. Because let's be honest, the people that are benefiting from the rot now will never work to destroy what they are benefiting from. So I'll leave it at that, and I'll look forward to opportunity to work with this group and any other group that will make a change in Nigeria that we all so desire. Thank you so much, sir. God bless you, and God bless this forum.
Thank you, sir. The statement you made that the states cannot survive. Yeah, they cannot, because the states are centers of profligacy. Why must all governors hand the same? Governor of Niger State hand the same salary as governor of Lagos State? They are drawing security votes. Why do you have, I know very well, Elisha, where I'm coming from, why do we have 6 local governments when we should have only 1 local government? 1 chairman is enough. Why we having 6 chairmen? Each chairman has 3 or 4 councillors. They are all drawing salary. Yes, we cannot survive on that basis now. We cannot. And then, it's not very strange. It's not very strange that the money taken from the state to Abuja is now sharing it to the commissions again. Why not let the regions keep their own money themselves? Why transmit money to Abuja and then post it back again? I was only being charitable to say, okay, when we do all these things, we will see that there is no merit in trying to run Nigeria from Abuja centrally. Commissions have to be independent entities eventually. That's the real thesis. And then all we are saying, the political class, they have gripped us. You know why they have gripped us? Many of them are taking big loans, and the loans have been warehoused into AMCON. They are not paying back. That's why they've put their teeth into Nigeria. It's all across Nigeria. See what's happening with Obotudeko. I mean, it's in the courts. See what's happening with Nduka Obegbena. He said he took $225 million. And he didn't dispute it, he just said there's some confusion. So when money are being thrown away like that, you can't continue like that now. You know, I'll share a document I prepared with Pastor Iguda. There are 43 entities that own oil blocks in Nigeria. All who is owning oil blocks. Something has to give. We are just dancing around the issues, you know. We are reading that there will be controlled demolition of Nigeria. But those who do not give peace a chance, they are inviting chaos. It's not me. It's not me. It's not me inviting chaos. But if you took $225 million and you refuse to pay back from First Bank, and you have ironing SANs, it's in the public space. It's in public space. Obotureko is now sick. I understand he's gone overseas. So all our leaders across the board, one Attorney General, he took 109 billion naira and is quiet. Minor took civil service money, he had disappeared. How can you run a country like that, for goodness sake? How can? Look, come to Abuja, you see houses being built. It's obscene. It's obscene, the kind of house being built in Abuja. In Abuja, no single factory. We don't make pencil here in Abuja. We don't make ordinary rubber slippers. We don't make plastic pail in Abuja. But come and see crazy houses. A piece of land, 200 million. A 4-bedroom house, 150 million. And people are buying as if it's bazaar. So Nigerian money is private. In fact, finally, we have to use the Saudi Arabian model. Nigerian wealth has been taken out of the coffers of the government. It's in the hands of few people.
Jerry, I want to write.
In Saudi Arabia, the prince then, 2018, called all the money men, put them in the first class hotel and said, no problem. All the money you have, please surrender it before you can leave this hotel. You will not leave unless you submit all the money you have. He got $500 million or so within 3 days. See Saudi Arabia now, they are modernizing rapidly. And the own brand of Islam is Islam too. Here we are Sharia to call people's hand. Are we more Islamic than Saudi Arabia and the UAE? So something has to give. But as somebody, I would say my elder statesman now, we'll talk, let's be reasonable now, but let's whether they will not be deaf and dumb. I will write a letter now to the president next week with this proposal. I will deliver it.
All right.
And that's all. But then this house, I'm pleading for our eminent pastor. You are a force to be reckoned with, among with all others, Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria. Table this matter. There is no way you can pray and you don't work. Prayer will never work. If you don't grow yam, you don't grow maize, angels will not come and grow it. People are doing yahoo yahoo. We are not making anything again in the country. So please, this is more spiritual now. You know, more spiritual. And I know prosperity. Come to Abuja and there are too many overseers now, husband and wife. They don't even put Jesus Christ on the banner. They just put the husband and wife and say Operation Miracle 2025. That's all is going on. It's not correct. Let's use this platform in a way that Cardinal Saint Desmond Tutu used it. It's a good force for we to the document is in your hands. Please circulate it. Let it be the better of merit. I will continue doing my part. God bless Pastor Itua and this ALG.
Thank you very much, sir. Very quickly, we are short on time. I'll just give 1 minute. Auntie Yemisi, you want to talk again? To Bayo. Bio's iPhone. Please be very brief, sir. Just a minute to ask your question directly. Unmute
Yes,
yourself.
I do. After
okay.
Mr.
Okay,
Bayo.
after Bio, yeah.
Yeah.
That will be the last one.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. And sir, I'm really appreciative of your presentation and what you have said this evening. I just want to ask a question, sir, and the question is, what do we think about effecting the changes we want in Nigeria through the legislature? It seems like everybody is focusing on the executive arm of government, and meanwhile, there's a lot that can be done, through the legislature. And that's my question. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I'm in touch with Senator Benga Daniel. He's supposed to give me an appointment to see him. I've met him before in December. There is Senator Buhari, also from Oyo North. Two of them in Abuja. I'm supposed to go through them to the southwest caucus of the Senate. We are making an effort to talk to them. Each time I write the president, I copy the Senate president, I copy the Speaker House of Representatives. That's what we could do. But somebody mentioned it. They are so impervious because they are fixated on this year's budget now, how they are putting small projects there for their own benefit. And I've told some of them, my friends, all this money is for campaign, is to share money out to thugs. They are trying to amass money now so that they can pay agents. Why do you need that kind of election? Why? They don't enjoy this money they are all getting. They don't. One of the ministers, I don't mention his name from Oyo State, was in Abuja here. He called me to his office. Do you know people waiting for him from Oyo State? There are more than 40. They sat on the floor. I was there when he said, call his people, please go ahead and get some money for these people. If I don't give them for transport to go by, if they stay one night, I have to pay their hotel bills. He was borrowing money from all his aides so that I can give them money for transport to go back to Oyo State. That's the politics is. It's politics. They don't even enjoy this money they're all taking. They don't enjoy it. But honestly, somebody it took Hitler, though it's a very bad thing. Hitler had to come out to say I will do something in Germany. Somebody had to come from the ranks of it. It took Richard Nixon to come out in the US to go to China. They were all afraid of communism and all that. Nixon went to China and he broke the ice. Somebody has to break the ice of the political class. We thought Tinubu would be the man, but sadly it's not. So far it's not. Saying he do something, he doing all these are cosmetics. We don't even know how to support him. If he brought restructuring bill, we will have all rise up and say we want restructuring, but he didn't bring he didn't give all the avenue to support him now. He's only running for the election for himself. But we have to push him, we have to push him, we have to push him, we have to push him. And that's it. So, sir, you take document now, write to your senator too, write to your House of Reps. My own, they don't listen to me. Senator Fapohunda is from Malaysia, he doesn't listen to me. I call him, he doesn't answer. He doesn't answer. I'm saying it on here. Senator Fapohunda is a senator from Ife-Ejisha. He has not given me audience since he became senator at all. And we are in Abuja together. Even Honorable Wole, who is also there, he gave me appointment, he canceled it, he's not saying me either. Where should I go to Bengadane? He saw me from Ogun State. I went to Senator Buhari from Oyo North. They took my appointment. My own senators of rep, they refused to see me. They don't want to see me. I don't know
maybe they are afraid of what you will say to them.
I don't know. I'm not asking contract from them. And sadly, Wole was my auditor in my company before he became House of Rep member. So now close we are. He is auditor for my company in Abuja before he ran for House of Representatives. So how come that I cannot see him now? I cannot see him. I've not seen him in the last 5 years in Abuja here.
All right, let's take the last question from Auntie Yemisi Ransom-Kuti. Go ahead, ma.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to give a quick rider and maybe an advice, because I'm in my 78 years and I was part of those who really fought for the democracy we have. But one thing I have learned is that those who want change must be very patient and be very humble, because you don't know the person you will engage that will be that change agent that can bring value to whatever process that you want to. So the person who said they are frustrated about people suggesting who you should interrogate or engage and all that, should please, drink some Kool-Aid and really understand that for us to get the change we want, since we don't have guns, there's only one option. You either have a gun or you have the capacity to change the hearts and minds of people that will make the change that you want. So let's be more patient with each other and be more patient with the process and not get frustrated. Some of us will die before we see the promised land, but we will continue to engage. I had a meeting today with a group of young people who are thinking exactly the kind of things you are thinking about, but nobody knows about them. So it's about engaging with as many groups. If somebody suggests that you engage with NLC, please, Afenifere, engage with NLC. If somebody suggests you engage with the Market Women Association, please engage with them. Let's not get frustrated with each other, because then the enemy wins. That's just my last words. Thank you so much, Mr. Fapohunda. We will win. Don't worry. It will happen.
No giving up. No giving up. No giving up.
It will surely happen.
No giving up.
Fantastic. I think we are coming to the end of it. We'd just like to take your final thought. I know you have said severally that we should all join hands and propagate this. And I think if we can get this document, we would like to share it with members so that people can look at it, read it, tweak it, add, subtract, and see how you can make it even better. Because I really think it's a good idea. I haven't thought it through, but if the president has that kind of leverage, it's a good way to go. But again, the political will to do it, it's what we don't know. Putting pressure on our leaders is something that they are ready to kill till the last man to get their way. But like you say, we can't give up. And that's why we come here every week, keep talking about this. So finally, sir, your roundup talk. I don't know if Pastor is still on the line, but if he is, he will come back. But your final thoughts before we go.
Okay. Maybe up to 2 years ago, ALG set up a committee on political and restructuring.
Yes.
I was a member.
Yes, I was there too.
Maybe the committee just died natural death. Maybe my fault. Maybe I didn't push hard enough. That committee needs to be resuscitated. And then my documents need to be scrutinized by that committee, modify it, add to it, and then adopt it as an ALG position, not my own. And then we should go out of our comfort zone. Let ALG present the idea to the Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria Forum. And then let ALG present the document on restructuring proposals as agreed, as amended, as adapted. Be good for a religious organization to also say we have a stake. We are not just praying alone. This is the pathway we are proposing. We want Nigeria to be a country of many nations, each nation being very good neighbors to one another. Lebanese are living in Yoruba land now. They are not even Nigerians. Caesar is a transporter in Ibadan years ago. In fact, many of them, they are there. So Igbo can live in Yoruba land, but you should not contest for politics for men in Jisha land, for instance. That's not allowed. I also not go to Aronizo to go and contest for for chairman of local government. I will not do that. I will respect him in his land, and he will respect me in my own land. Let's have a protocol of relationships among all the ethnic groups in Nigeria. Temperature will come down. Now anything goes. Once you have money, that's what is the problem. There should be limit to money. There should be values. There should be etiquette. There should be good neighborliness. So I propose that ALG move forward with this proposal now in the next 1 or 2 weeks. No time. Propagate the idea as its own, not my own now, not my own. Luckily, I'm a member of ALG, so it's good. I'm willing to serve the subcommittee again, discuss my ideas. Let's take it as ALG suggested to Nigeria, and then let's move it forward. Let's Pastor Igudalo write a letter to the president too on his own signature. He's big enough to do so. He will pray over the letter, and letter will find favor. He can even come to Abuja to fill form. I want to see the president. Why not? Why not? Come to Abuja, come and see the president. Come and see the vice president. As many eminent Nigerians that are in this position should use their position to say, yes, we are praying. We wish well for Nigeria, but you must sow before you can reap. If you don't sow, you are praying alone, cannot work. So please, come and do crusade mission to the presidency, mission to National Assembly. I'll be here to receive you at the airport when you are ready. Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Pastor Funke Awolowo is just coming in, but that's okay. Thank you very, very much, sir. I think you have spoken passionately, and I assure you, I'm part of the group that you spoke about that was set up, and today we have newer people that are more passionate and diligent. Maybe we will craft them into that group. I promise you that we will have a look at the document and see what can happen. Pastor Itwa, I think, is engaged somewhere else. So on behalf of Pastor Itwa and the leadership of African Leadership Group, the Nigerian Leadership Series, I want to thank everyone that has taken time out to be part of this discourse. Let this conversation continue in our various hamlets. You had the idea. Go and share it with other people and hear what they say. Maybe by the time we come back, we will have a better refined idea and how to engage. I think I like what one young man said, Adile. He said, the way we present it matters. You know, you may have a very good food. If you don't serve it well, then nobody will eat it. So I think the way we present it also matters. So we would take all this into consideration. Thank you once again, sir, for this very, very passionate and brilliant presentation you have given us. I thank all the guests that have been on the platform. If you are not aware, we meet here every Thursday. If I had somebody said he just saw the link today by accident, where we discuss issues like this that will help move Nigeria forward and make us better citizens. Thank you very much once again. Enjoy the rest of your day and the week. See you again same time next week. God bless. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Very much.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor
Thank
Sonny.
you,
Always.
your sparring partner is not around today.
I was